Your lord is dead, not in battle, not in some last stand, sitting in a quiet room, alone, with a blade, because the shogun told him to, and he obeyed. You are 3 days away when it happens, riding hard, dust in your mouth, thinking about nothing more than getting back before nightfall. The messenger finds you on the road. He doesn't bow, doesn't speak. He hands you a letter and turns his horse before you even finish reading. You read it once, then again, slower, waiting for it to make sense. It doesn't. By the time you fold the paper, you are no longer a samurai. You are a Ronin. You were not supposed to become this. You were born into a samurai family. Around 1600, everything already decided. Your name, your path, your master, your death. At 5 years old, your father puts a wooden sword in your hands. Not as a toy, as a statement. This is what you are. This is what you will always be. You train every morning before sunrise. In winter, the ground is frozen. Your hands crack and bleed. You train anyway, not because someone forces you, because stopping feels like dying. By 10, you can recite the code from memory. By 15, your sword work is better than men twice your age. By 20, you have served your Lord for 3 years, and you believe, completely without doubt, that this is the best life a man can live. Service, purpose, honor. A clean path from birth to death with no confusion about what matters. You are 23 years old. You have never once asked yourself what you actually want. It never occurred to you that the question was available. Your Lord does not die in battle. He is summoned to the palace. Accused of something, the details are vague, the evidence thinner than paper. But the shogun's word is the shogun's word. He is ordered to commit seppuku. He does it correctly, with dignity, with the composure of a man who was trained his entire life for exactly this moment. His lands are confiscated, his household dissolved, his samurai released, just like that. 20 years of loyalty, 20 years of service, ended by a document with a seal on it. You ride home, or what was home. The gates are closed. Different guards stand there now. They look at you with the mild discomfort of men who have been told to expect you. One of them says, quietly, not unkindly, that you should probably move on. You stand there for a long time, then you turn your horse around, and you ride, nowhere specific, just away. The first week is the worst. Not because of hunger, not because of cold, because of silence. Your entire life has been structured around purpose. Wake up, train, report, serve. Every hour accounted for. Every action connected to something larger than yourself. Now you wake up in a field and the day is completely empty. It feels like falling. You ride through villages. People see your swords and step aside. That part is the same. But the look in their eyes has changed. Before, they stepped aside with respect. Now they step aside with caution. The difference is everything. One night you stop at an inn. The innkeeper hesitates before giving you a room. Just for a moment. Just long enough for you to notice. You pay. You go to your room. You sit in the dark. And you think, I am the same man I was 3 months ago. Same sword, same training, same code. The only thing that changed is that my Lord is dead. And apparently, that was the only thing that made me real. You take work where you find it. Escorting merchants, settling disputes in villages too small to have their own authority, standing guard at markets that cannot afford better protection. The work is beneath what you were trained for. You know this. Everyone knows this. Nobody says it. You sleep in barns. You eat what you can afford. You own almost nothing. One winter night, you don't find work. Don't find shelter. You find a barn. Cold, dark, smelling of animals. You wake up hungry. You stay hungry. By afternoon, your hands are shaking. Not from fear, from lack of food. A farmer's wife gives you rice. She doesn't ask who you are, doesn't bow, doesn't show respect. She feels sorry for you. You thank her. You eat slowly. Because 3 months ago, men bowed when you entered a room. Now a stranger feeds you like a stray animal. And here's the part that doesn't make sense. The part you don't admit. Not to anyone. Maybe not even to yourself. You feel more alive than you have in years. Not safe, not respected, not certain of anything, alive. Because for the first time in your life, no one is telling you what to do. No orders, no expectations. No path already decided 3 generations before you were born. Just you and whatever comes next. But here is what happens that you did not expect. You get very good. Not at the big things, at the small things, at reading a situation in 3 seconds, at knowing which merchants are lying and which are afraid, at walking into a room full of strangers and immediately understanding where the danger is. When you served your Lord, your skill was pointed at specific targets, specific missions, specific enemies. Now your skill has no direction, so it goes everywhere. The system was not making you better, it was just making you useful. There is a difference. You hear his name at a roadside fire, 3 men arguing, low voices, the kind of conversation people have when they're not sure they should be having it at all. A Ronin, like you, except not like you at all. They say he has fought over 60 duels and never lost. His name is Miyamoto Musashi. He doesn't bathe. He shows up late to duels on purpose, eats while his opponent waits in perfect ceremonial posture. He once carved a wooden sword from a boat oar on the way to a duel. Used it to kill a master swordsman, not with better technique, with better understanding. He is homeless. He wanders. He owns nothing. He is also the greatest warrior alive. You sit with that for a long time after the men stop talking. Because Musashi was supposed to be impossible, everything you were taught said that greatness comes from structure, from a lord, from a system that channels your skill toward a purpose. Musashi has none of that, and he is better than anyone who does. That thought stays with you, through cold nights, through empty roads, through fights that feel less like duty and more like choice. Years pass. You survive, not cleanly, not heroically, but consistently. And then you hear another story, different, heavier. A lord named Asano, a man pushed too far inside the shogun's palace. He draws his sword. He is ordered to die the same day. His 47 samurai become Ronin overnight, just like you once did. But they don't disappear. Not really. They scatter, take low jobs, drink, fall apart, or pretend to. The man responsible, Kira, watches them, waits, surrounds himself with guards, and slowly begins to believe he is safe. He isn't. 2 years later, one winter night, snow on the ground, city quiet, 47 men move through the darkness, without hesitation, without noise, without doubt. They breach the walls, fight through the guards, room by room, step by step. They find him hiding, not powerful, not untouchable, just a man trying not to die. They take his head, and then they don't run. They walk to their lord's grave, place the head there, and sit down in the snow, waiting. They know what comes next: arrest, judgment, death. And they chose it, not because they wanted to die, because they refused to live knowing they had walked away. You hear this story sitting by a fire, alone, years into a life you never planned, and for the first time, everything makes sense. Not the system, not the rules, the choice. Because in the end, that's all that's left. No lord, no structure, no one watching, just you and what you decide to do. The Ronin had no lord, no guaranteed purpose, no clean path, no one to tell him what his life meant. He had to figure that out himself. Every single day, some broke under it, became bandits, became nothing. Some became Musashi, some became the 47. The difference was never skill, never training, never which lord they once served. The difference was what they decided to do with the empty road in front of them. You have an empty road in front of you right now. Maybe not the same kind, but empty roads are empty roads. Subscribe and tell me in the comments, what do you do with yours?